Nico Collins represents the prototype NFL wide receiver. Big, tall, fast, great hands, and becoming a polished route runner. Every year he gets better, his repertoire and mastery of the route tree. And what I've seen from Nico is someone that can beat you deep, beat you short, beat you intermediate, and it's a mismatch. There is no cornerback in the NFL that can match his size at 6'4", 222 pounds, and have that kind of speed at 4.44. And the leaping ability and the strength, pound for pound, one of the strongest wide receivers in the NFL. Yes, maybe not DK Metcalf muscle bound, but Nico is deceptively strong. And I had a chance to spend some time with Nico Saturday morning in the Woodlands at Dick's Sporting Goods, where Nico hosted a shopping spree, $400 per kid, from the In Cause Group, a nonprofit organization benefiting 8 kids, a lot of individual attention for them, a lot of these young football players that loved meeting Nico and getting some knowledge from Nico, and also some tips on what to purchase. One young man was a tight end defensive end, wanted to get a clear face shield, so he helped him to find that, and he signed autographs, he took pictures, and generally just left these guys with probably an unforgettable moment to hang out with Nico Collins. Speaking of unforgettable moments, think about the highlights that have happened over the past 2 seasons in the partnership between himself and quarterback CJ Stroud. A great collaboration. As Nico said today, they can be really dangerous. And he was talking about the entire receiving corps, but I want to focus on Nico first. So over those 2 year, that span, 148 combined catches, 2,303 yards, 15 touchdowns. That's the regular season. 208 targets. And like Nico told me, we were in Michigan. He said it's like taking candy from a baby. It's bread and butter. And they just continue to grow and get that timing, and it just gets better and better. Well, what about the clutch moments? What about the playoffs? Just as good. Combined 23 catches, 367 yards, and 2 touchdowns in 4 playoff games together, when they won 2 of those. In those playoff games, he was targeted 33 times by CJ Stroud. So as CJ says, it's the priority to get the ball in his hands. He calls him special, and he thought he did a great job with everything the past couple of years. So it's really a case of good and good when you're talking about the connection. And you think about what's between those guys. What's understood doesn't need to be explained, but I'll explain it. It's timing from both guys. It's chemistry. It's accuracy. It's open space, open lanes, him creating a passing lane by being wide open. He's one of the most open receivers in the NFL. But it's more than just that. He's open no matter what because of his catch radius, his size, the ability to make contested catches. He's truly a special receiver. And yeah, I have to give credit where credit's due. Ben McDaniels for coaching him. Nico for working hard and working on his durability issues. Listening to veterans like Brandon Cooks, taking up hot yoga, doing extra stuff in the weight room with the strength and conditioning staff of the Texans, and also extra work at Revolve Physical Therapy with Tan Nguyen to be as flexible and strong and have his core strength and conditioning, and truly someone that works at it, works very hard, keeps a tight inner circle. So it's his parents, it's his brother, it's his sister, it's his girlfriend from college, it's the people that love him and that are close to him. His agent, Drew Rosenhaus. It's about focusing and eliminating any distractions and just doing it the right way. And he has fun doing it. He does this all with a smile on his face. But yeah, Nico, couldn't really say enough good things about what Nico's done the last 2 years. And the connection, like I said, how about Ohio State and Michigan getting along on the football field? Buckeye, CJ Stroud, to a Wolverine and a Michigan man in Nico Collins. Different personalities. Stroud, more of an outspoken, talkative guy. Nico, a little bit quiet. He'll open up at some point. So the quintessential Southern gentleman type. And under a 3-year, $75 million deal, that kind of looks like a bargain right now, right? A good investment. and certainly a good trade up to get him in as a second draft pick in the Nick Caserio era after Davis Mills. Both picks have been good for different reasons. Davis, as a former starter, got them through some of these wilderness years until they were ready to contend, and now as a real viable backup. So you look at Nico, and he. The last weekend before the season. How excited are you and the team with the red carpet and everything? You feel the energy?
Yeah, man, real excited. The hard part's over it. The grind, got the grind in. Had a great camp. So everybody had a great camp. Definitely ready for the season. It's going to be a great game in the Rams. Ready to get the ball rolling for sure.
Does it feel like it could be a special team and a special season?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, for sure. I feel like everybody's bought in, man. Just the energy around the building, you can feel it. And everybody's excited, man. I feel that's the main thing. Everybody is excited to get the season going, and we 1 week away, man. We just can't wait to get the ball rolling, for sure.
You had some new teammates with Christian Kirk and J.D. Higgins and Jim.
Yes, sir.
I feel like you guys as collectively as receivers.
Yeah, man. I feel like we could be dangerous, man. I feel like we all just go out there and just be us. That's the main important thing, is go out there and be you. Don't make the moment bigger than what it is, and go out there and just have fun. Make plays for the team, and that's what we're doing, for sure.
Big sporting goods, they like to do a lot of season. COVID pandemic, a lot of people did that, and he wound up just having 78 catches, 1,380 yards, and 13 touchdowns in college. But after dealing with the durability issues, breakthrough 2 years ago, 80 catches, 1,297 yards, 8 touchdowns. He made the Pro Bowl last year despite missing 5 games with that strained hamstring. 68 catches, 1,006 yards, and 7 scores. So you see the confidence, and like D'Amico Ryan says, he says when he sees him, he says, "What's up, playmaker?" Tells him, "You're a big-time playmaker. Walk that way." I think he does. I think he absolutely does. Walk the walk, like the Migos said. Walk it like I talk it. And I think he does. And you think about what Nico's done. It's really been great. And the stretching, everything he does as a bigger receiver. And these guys can't match up with him. The DBs, they just can't expect it. They can't dance with him at the line of scrimmage. They got to be physical with him. If they're going to get Nico Collins, you got to jam him. You got to get your hands on him. If you're going to stop him from catching a bunch of these footballs, NFL ball. And to do that, you're just going to have to, by the way, if anyone wants to know, this is not from the Texans, by the way. They've given me some other footballs that are behind me. I appreciate them. This is from my time covering the Baltimore Ravens when I left to join the Houston Chronicle. Got that football from Ravens coach John Harbaugh and the public relations department, and a bunch of other people signed it. So I appreciate them. And it's always going to be interesting for me when I go back to Baltimore. So it's where I spent a good portion of my life and had a lot of success there, and taught me a lot, things that I bring to the table now in my role as the Texans insider and NFL reporter for KPRC2 and www.click2houston.com. So, guys, just to digress for a second here, guess what? We're already over 15,500. We're at 15,600 and change, so the channel is getting close to the 16,000 mark, and I'm not putting any ceiling on this. The limit is limitless. Let's get to 20K. Let's get to 25K. Let's get to 30K. And guess what? It helps me to, one, provides for me and my family, but it also helps supplement things like travel, any other expenses I might go to have toward covering the team and having that commitment 365 days a year. So just the little things. So, and it's absolutely free. All you have to do is watch and take some time out of your day to watch my videos and comment if you feel like it. I watch all the comments. I react to many of them. I appreciate you guys. Thank you again. So getting back to the receiver thing, sorry for the tangent. With the matchups, like Dan Campbell, I thought said this so well when we were in Detroit, how Nico has become a premier receiver, a crafty route runner, radar, which means he tracks the deep ball, makes big boy catches. Again, all his words. Plays strong, plays physical. Really not much he can't do. And remember, they have a Monroe St. Brown up there. They have a good passing game of their own. And they have a deep threat in Jameson Williams. So Dan Campbell knows what he's talking about. He was an NFL tight end. And he talks about how he elevates that offense. So it's not just, as Nico said, it feels like a full season with him and CJ together. They could, quote, shock the world. But it's not just him and number 7. It's the entire team. So you look at the offense and what they've done. Yes, no more Stephon Diggs now with the Patriots. Tank Dell looks like he's probably out for the season. They haven't given up, but it doesn't look too good for him to play this year. So they drafted Jaden Higgins, nearly as big and tall as Nico, a speedster in Jalen Knoll, 4.39, and more of a slot guy, and then a proven slot you trade for him in Christian Kirk. So basically, it's a bunch of new to go with Nico. And then one of the surprises, I don't know if it was a surprise, but maybe surprise others, I always thought he was pretty good, was Xavier Hutchinson. I think he had his best camp, and he's playing his best football right now. He's really peaking, and I like what I've seen from Hutch. It's been good. I know he made that play in the playoff game. He's capable of doing more. But it all really circles back to Collins. What I see as far as other roles, and some of this might impact some of you guys that draft for fantasy, I think you'll see lots of first downs, and I would think 5 to 7 catches a game from Christian Kirk. And depending on what he gets in terms of yak, maybe that's 60, maybe that's 70, maybe it's 80 yards sometimes, maybe he scores. He's certainly fast enough and capable enough to do that. And then Nico, I see him getting 10 to 12, maybe more targets a game, and probably finishing with 6 to 7 catches and 100 yards or more and a TD. And then we just don't know week to week, what's it like for Higgins, what's it like for Knoll, what's it like for Hutchinson. But the 2 guys I expect a lot of production from are Collins and Kirk. In that order. I expect there to be something of a pecking order with that group. So it's interesting to see how it's going to happen. As Nico said of Higgins, the boy's nice. And he thinks both rookie receivers are playmakers. He called it an honor to share the field with them. Like I said, he's humble. He's the guy. The go-to guy. Wide receiver 1, Pro Bowl, and he's really ascended. He was below the radar a little bit at Michigan. He's now one of the top players in the NFL, and he's also great in the community, and he has a great attitude. And he feels like this is a special team, and you guys will, of course, see that in the videos that I've attached to this video in the front and the back, and just to give you guys a little bit of taste of the latest interview with Nico Collins. But I know we talk a lot about CJ, we talk a lot about injured players, we talk a lot about the great defensive players like Derek Stingley Jr. and Will Anderson Jr. and of course Daniil Hunter and Azeez Al-Shire. But you can make the argument that bar none, the best player on the Texans offense, even when Joe Mixon was healthy, it was Nico Collins. Nico Collins, especially with Laramie Tunsil gone. I look at what Nico's doing, and I think it's way up there. And the respect that he has from DeAndre Johnsons and a lot of respected people, it means something. It does resonate, it's important, and the guy is just flat good. And he does it the right way. And so for any young people out there, like the young people that met him today, they can kind of see what he's all about. And he's a genuine guy. And that's why I think a lot of the team, they really authentically want Nico to do well. There's a lot of confidence in him and a lot of belief, and rightfully so, because we're talking about one of the best wide receivers. As he says, they can be dangerous as a group. They do have that potential. I think that they've all got to grow into the Nick Caley offense. But I can tell you right now, they're already clicking all cylinders. And he can't wait for the Rams game. He is excited and, just excited for the season. It feels like it can be a special season. So we had a good short conversation. I hung out with him some when we were off camera, of course, visiting with him, visiting with his family, visiting his girlfriend, and just spend some time with him out in the woodlands. And so that's what I did early in the day on Saturday. And yeah, just enjoyed that. And it's always fun for me to go to community events and kind of see. And yeah, we talked mostly about the community. We also talked a little bit of ball. And He's just very generous with his time, and answered myself and a few others that made the trip out to the Woodlands, answered all of our questions, and really almost gave us more time than we really needed, but that's who he is. So yeah, Nico Collins also had the sharp Dior shoes. He's been getting a lot of shout outs on social media for the Diors that he was sporting, the clean suit at the Texans red carpet event, their season premiere, which benefits girls flag football across the NFL and in Texas especially, and Hannah McNair is at the forefront of that. So you guys help out those foundations. It goes toward women getting to play football too, and they want to play the game and enjoy it. And I've seen girls flag football. They play very well. So anyway, just a little side note there. But yeah, anyway, Nico, ready for the season, in perfect health, and heads into this year with very high hopes. And I think the optimism is not unfounded. It is really commensurate with what they've been doing already and what they could do under the direction of a new architect in Nick Caley. And remember, Nick Caley worked in New England. He worked in LA. Guys, what do they do with Puka Nacua? What did they do in New England when Randy Moss was there? They feed them the football. He's going to get lots of chances. They will run with the hot hand, and more often than not, that's going to be Nico Collins. So guys, more coming. Sports Sunday with Randy McIlvoy and some yet to be determined guests. I don't want to, spoil the surprise, but that's upcoming. And of course, more coverage at www.click2houston.com, including a little offbeat feature I'm working on Daniil Hunter about his passion for fashion. I interviewed his suit guy out of New Jersey. So yeah, Daniil is pretty into the suits, and he got some praise for the seafoam thing. I like suits too. I don't have the budget these guys have, but I do the best I can to not be a slob or look like a bum when I'm on television. I just try to represent myself, represent my family well. And my wife, she'll tell me if this outfit's, if it's a dud, but if I have to get outfit approval, like a lot of good husbands around the country. But anyway, I try to have a little fun, guys. Show you a little bit of my personality at times. I'm not a robot or anything. I like to mix it up a little bit. So anyway, guys, thanks for listening to me. I know I went off topic a couple of times. I know some people like very focused. I try to be that way sometimes, but just kind of wanted to, just give you my thoughts in several directions. But anyway, guys, please watch, like, and subscribe, and follow me on Twitter and X at @AaronWilson_NFL. Of course, this channel is called Aaron Wilson Sport. And then I'm on Instagram, AaronWilson7128. And I'm on television at KPRC2. And I can also be found at www.click2houston.com. Please bookmark our Texans page. It is free of charge. And as always, guys, thanks for the conversation.
There with my brothers, man, and enjoying the game we've been playing since youngest, man. Just really going out and having fun. It's going to be a great year, man. I feel like the energy in the building is great. Everybody's locked in and excited, and they're ready to go out there and have fun.
Speaking of energy, I mean, how does the energy from this event and the event or the season correlate to each other?
Yeah, a lot, man. I feel like it set up the momentum for the year. I feel like, man, it's a new slate, it's a new year, new opportunity for everybody to just go out, and have fun, and I feel like it's no better feeling to start the year off like this, Memorial Labor Day weekend, nice weekend, college football, you kick your feet up, get rest, take care of your mental, man.
Texans Pro Bowl wide receiver Nico Collins back at his old stomping grounds in the state of Michigan. And the former Michigan man, the Michigan Wolverine, showed why he's one of the top wide receivers in the NFL, shining against a very talented Lions secondary, getting open consistently. And after practice, he told me, with a full season together, feels like he and CJ Stroud can shock the world. Here's more from Nico.
Clap. It's dope.
I'm with Texans wide receiver Nico Collins, the Pro Bowl guy. What's it like as a Michigan man to be back here in Michigan doing your thing?
Man, it's great. It's glad to be back, man. Being back in the city, being back in the state, man, where the fans, they love you. But it's great to come back, up here up north, man. Just seeing where everything started for me, the journey. But it's a blessing to be back for sure.
any pro tips that you gain from these Lions guys? Because, like they say, the iron sharpens iron, and it's a cliche, but it's also a truism because you're out there against some good DBs.
No, absolutely. Yeah, man, I learned a lot. I feel like that's the point in this league. You know, you're going to go get the best every single day. And it's only right for you to get better and sharper your blade and sharper your craft, you know. So coming out here and competing against these guys, man, it meant a lot. You know, we know it's going to be, you know, cover one team, you know, good press. So, you know, it's going to be competitive, you know, the whole practice. So I'm glad we came here and got to work, and I'm glad we got better today.
The Buckeye to Wolverine connection. How crisp and on time and on point is this connection now?
Man, you know, it's like taking candy from a baby. You know, it's bread and butter. You know, but it's only right for us to continue to grow, continue to find the time, and continue to, you know, work on our craft. You know, we can't get comfortable. You know, and I feel like it's one thing you can't do in this league. You know, get comfortable. So I feel like for us, me and him, continue to grow. You know, as a unit, as an offense. You know, and continue to click with everybody. You know, so that's our goal.
So hot yoga, man?
Yeah. A little bit. You know, trying.
Beneficial.
It's beneficial. It is. You got to stretch. Stretch is important. You got to stretch. That's day one.
What could you and Seven do together with a full season, in your opinion?
Man, I feel like we can shock the world, man. Everybody, you know, not just me and Seven, but this entire team, entire offense, defense, man, the type of guys we have in the locker room, man. I feel like we go out and make some noise, you know, but it always starts with your mindset and your heart and how you want to go about it.
When you look at the way you break down what the defensive backs are doing, is your knowledge even taking it up a notch too, because you know a lot now?
Yeah, yes sir, it's everything. I feel like for me, I know I'm a bigger frame. Just use my speed, be physical at the line of scrimmage, you know. That's what DBs, you know, they kind of, you know, don't expect. You know, they kind of expect you to dance to the line of scrimmage, you know, and you gotta be physical, you know, especially me being a bigger target, you know, just use my strength, use my God-given abilities, and go out and make plays for the team.
I saw on social media, Coach Eubanks said that you are the strongest receiver in the league. Are you a big weightlifting guy?
Oh yeah, for sure. I love moving weight. I feel like that carry over to the field. You know, you're not moving iron, then what you doing? You playing football. It's a contact sport. You know, I love the weight room, man. I feel like that's how you get your swag, that's how you get your strength, man, and that's how you let you know who not in the weight room.
Right. Pro tip, and as a Michigan man, what should someone do up here? What's something that somebody should make sure they do when they're in Motown?
Yeah, man. Motown coming up here?
Yeah.
It's a lot to do here, man. It's a lot. You go to the city, man, you can eat, find great food, deep dish pizza, that's some great pizza. Anywhere, man. Just Motor City, man, it's no bad spot. Definitely love the city, for sure.
Last one for you. Do you feel like this could be a special season?
Yeah.
If so, why?
For sure. I just feel like, man, the guys we have in the locker room, the guys we have, man, is everybody special. Everybody got the right mindset to come out and get better every day. And so we got to take one game at a time, one play at a time, man, and see where we go. Continue to grow every day.
That's Texans wide receiver Nico Collins, back in his old stomping grounds in Michigan.
You know it.
We have a really good relationship. He's very to himself, very quiet, but he talks to me about a lot. I talk to him about a lot. I think we're really like on the same page all the time. There's only a couple times throughout the day where like we probably don't be on the same page, and those are just because we haven't run those plays before. But usually the stuff that we do, we're always on the same page.
I know Nico has grown the most to me in these first 3 years. It's just the confidence. Every time I see Nico, I'm saying, "Hey, what's up, playmaker? Like you are a big-time playmaker. Walk that way." And he's done that. He shows up that way on the field anytime we need a play. We know it, and I think the opponent knows it. That's where the ball is going. And with everybody knowing, he still shows up and makes big-time plays in any critical moment that you need him to.
The kind of wide receiver he is, what have you seen from him just as someone that played at Michigan and now is doing so well in the NFL?
Well, he's really established himself as a premier receiver. It's clear when you lose a player like that, it hurts. That's for sure. But when the guy's a crafty route runner, he's got radar, which means he can track the deep ball, make big boy catches, and he plays strong, plays physical. I mean, there's really not much he can't do. So, he's certainly somebody that elevates that offense. And I know the quarterback's got a ton of trust in him. You can see that on tape. So, when you've got that kind of rapport with your guy, it makes it difficult on defenses.
And that's Texans wide receiver Nico Collins, the Pro Bowl selection primed for another big season. In Michigan with the Texans, Aaron Wilson, KPRC2 Sports.
Get out of here, Paul. 70, that ain't good enough. pressure off. Increase that bat speed. Took your eye on the clock.
I looked out to it.
There you go, base hit.
Keep going to right field. I got you. I got you.
Keep those mechanics ready.
Got you.
We're going to hit to the...
There you go, you got under it a little bit, but...
You can go. You like to sit well. You gotta be a clear buzzer. Okay. You gotta go.
Love being a part of this community.
Absolutely.
Good luck this year, and thanks for all you're doing to get back to the Houston community. Thank you.
1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. Perfect.